Okay, Sunday, November 2nd, 2008. We're just going to get right on into it today. None of the background music or fancy effects. Thanks for everybody who subscribed and viewing my channel. As you might figure, the big buzz all about all these past videos I've been doing is getting out there and voting. And when you do vote, vote for a third party. I know, and most of you out there probably know, that they're not going to win. But, you know, when you got two horses in the race, one of them's going to win. And the way this country's set up, you know, everybody knows that it's going to be a two-horse race in the end anyway. So they know that they can write off these third-party candidates that have a lot of legitimate views. So basically, we call ourselves a democracy, but the last time I checked, a democracy is when you have a lot of people that are running for office. They all get equal time on television, they all get equal representation in the media, which the third-party candidates don't. And there's a reason for this. The reason for this is that the major corporations that own the mass media outlets are basically contributing to the political campaigns of Barack Obama and John McCain. And they're not worried about sponsoring any third-party candidates because they know that they cannot and will not win. This is why you have to vote for a third party. Because when it shows out that 1/4 of the population decided that they don't like option A or option B and voted third party, that's when the country is going to start changing. Because it doesn't matter who gets elected into office, whether it's Barack Obama or John McCain. The fact of the matter is, they're the same thing. Doesn't matter what color their skin is or whether they have a female running mate. They're all the same. When it comes down to it, the strings that control the system control them exactly the same as they've done with Clinton and as they've done with Bush before. So, all the way up until today, my message has been the same: staying on point, vote for a third party. Now, I'm not going to tell you what third party candidate to vote for because it really doesn't matter. Because we all know that they can't get in. You could write in Ron Paul's name, and matter of fact, Ron Paul's on the ballot in Minnesota, and he's also on the ballot in the state of Louisiana. It turns out that the people of Louisiana have woken up, and they're getting tired of the same old carbon copy, you know, vote for option A or option B because that's the only choice you have. Well, a lot of people are waking up and saying, you know, I really don't like McCain and I really don't like Obama. I want a third choice, and you know, the most intelligent choice that most people are going to pick would be Ron Paul, whether they're writing their name in on the ballot, which I don't exactly understand how that works on an electronic ballot form. I did mine absentee, so it was very easy to write in on there because they had a blank all the way down at the bottom where they had like 15 people running for president. You go all the way down to the bottom of that list, and then you could write in the candidate's name. So it's getting down to the wire here, and I know a lot of people have been participating in early voting, and hopefully a lot of the people that are participating in early voting are voting for third-party candidates. I just hope that it's not going to be another issue like the 2000 election where they had all of these, you know, election fraud things. You could go to blackboxvoting.org. They got a lot of information about these electronic voting machines, how they can pretty much be tampered with and the election committee not even know about it. And I've been tossing around ideas, you know, that these voting machines, because they don't let these election commissioners exactly know every single thing about how the software in the machine functions, or you know, whether it can take RF interference from you know, a source. So some guy could walk in there with, you know, like a cellular phone type of device and wirelessly send a code to it that resets the votes or calculates the votes, where, you know, a vote for Barack Obama is a vote for John McCain or vice versa. You know, who knows? Or, you know, anybody that votes third party could be a vote for Barack Obama or John McCain. It's very, very possible with today's technology and with the way that modern computer programs are, since they can't see the source code. It's pretty easy for someone who knows how the system works to tamper with those machines without ever touching them. And I really feel that that's a possibility. and we might actually have something like that happen in this election. I hope not, but given the history of what's gone on in Ohio, where dead people can vote, just like Mississippi, there's a lot of people that are registered in Mississippi that are not alive anymore, don't even live there anymore, and they're still on the ballots, and for some strange reason they've been voting and they're not alive. So that's kind of an interesting deal. I guess what it is when the polls close, the party workers the poll workers kind of forge their names and do a couple of quick votes just to give their candidate a choice, a couple of quick pats on the back or something like that, because especially in Mississippi, it's all about the good old boy politics. So we'll see what the election has to offer. It's actually not quite 2 days. It's actually 1 day and 22 hours, because I'm doing these videos right at about 6:30, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and getting them on after I get off work. So it's going to be a very interesting election. I'm saying the same things over and over again. I realize this, but it's very important that you get out and vote. I don't know if anybody's been to my channel. If you're seeing this video, go check out my channel. I just posted a video where myself and Bryce Phillips of WQRZ confronted Tim Keller, who is the county administrator for Hancock County, Mississippi, which was ground zero for Hurricane Katrina. My friend Bryce, if y'all watched my other video, he was kicked out of the Emergency Operations Center because he decided he wasn't going to violate federal law when the county administrator was asking him to do so. And he said, Bryce asked the county administrator, well, if you're kicking me out, sir, I need that in writing. And the county administrator said, well, you're not going to get it in writing, and the Board of Supervisors is the one that made the decision anyway. Well, I personally have contacted two of the Board of Supervisors, David Yarborough and Steve Seymour, and neither one of them can tell me with any confidence that they've even heard about it. So if they never heard about it, how could they vote on it? That's an important thing. And another listener from WQRZ showed up at one of the Board of Supervisors meetings and basically asked them, why was he kicked out of the EOC? What's going on? Why are you not helping this guy? Why are you hurting the community by basically covering up the pertinent public information, especially after a disaster? And basically, when we confronted him, the excuse that he got was they were going to make plans to send out and fax and telephone these other media agencies and give them the information instead of giving it to the local run media outlet, which that's not a problem. But the thing is, when you have a disaster like Katrina or like a direct hit from Gustav or another hurricane, you got to realize that your infrastructure, mainly phone lines, cell phones, electricity, are all going to be knocked out. So then that means the only effective means of communication to the mass populace would be through broadcast radio, because it takes very little energy to run a radio, unlike a television, which in 2009, if you have one of those little cranked up battery powered TVs, they're not going to work unless you have a digital converter box attached to them somehow, which requires even more electricity. So I just wanted to add that on to the end of this YouTube video tonight. And if you haven't voted yet, you're not thinking that you can do anything to change it, you don't want to vote for Barack Obama, you don't want to vote for John McCain, just get out and vote for third party. I don't care if that's the only thing you fill in. Go stand, wait in line for an hour, because it's our future, it's our children's future. Very, very, very important that you voice your opinion by voting, saying, I'm tired of the strings that are controlling the system. We need a real democratically elected government, not one controlled by special interest groups. So get out there, vote third party, vote other, vote Mickey Mouse, just as long as the name isn't Barack Obama or John McCain. Thank y'all, and have a fantastic night.